Hello, hello. So before I start, I think I should talk about the game I played yesterday. Nothing serious. I just feel like I was too negative on it. And I'm not. No, I am sure why. It was the controls. And like, I probably could have rebounded the controls, but oof. Were those default controls bad? For the uninitiated, WASD for movement. This is a 2D platformer, right? WASD for movement. Hold left shift to sprint like you're playing an FPS. Control, either left or right control, to attack, and space to jump. And so it I mean left shift WADs and spacebar are pretty normal for like a 3D game, but in that case you don't use them as precisely. You don't use those inputs as precisely as you do in a 2D game. And then you're doing the precise stuff with your mouse. While your left hand is just sort of like maybe holding one down, maybe clicking one, holding middle finger on W. So that's what really soured me towards Alchemist's Castle. And the other thing was just it's a super by the numbers Metroidvania with nary an original thought. And it's just that there are so many Metroidvanias in the bundles. Let's check the Google Doc and see how many Metroidvanias I've already played. Oh, come on. Hold on while I go to my own video and click on it so that I can get to my own document. There. I should probably favorite that. That makes sense. So, let's see. There weren't a lot for a long time, and then Oh Geez, I Know My Rabbits Are Gone. That one was really good. Had unique movement, good collecting, great puzzles, a cute little, not so much story, but like interaction between the characters. It just kind of went on too long. Forma 8 would have been really good if I didn't get, soft locked. But that one, I mean, you're a floating orb. That's pretty unique for Metroidvanias. How do you make an explorative game when you have no clip turned on, you know? SpookyGhosts.com. Not terribly a whole lot special with that other than like the really high challenge and the theming. I mean, hey, it's spooky ghosts. That's not swords and sorcery fantasy. So it's, it's something. Is there not another one? And then Alchemist Castle was just, oh, you're a guy. You got bombs, I guess. But generally, it just doesn't stand out, and then it has really bad controls. But, like, the level design is fine. The controls themselves, if you were to remap them, are fine. Its biggest strength really was the interconnectivity of the world. There are a ton of redundant paths, and that's a really good thing. It means that you can just sort of go in a direction and eventually you'll end up somewhere. There's sort of two underlying theories on how to build a Metroidvania. One is that you connect everything to everything. Rogue Legacy, for example, does this. Every room has like 4 or 5 exits aside from ones that are just like a dead end. And that's because it's not so much about how you get places as the things in the way, the enemies in the way. You're not navigating, you're just exploring and fighting. And the other one is sort of like the Bloodborne method, where there's a lot of linear paths just sort of shooting off in lots of directions. There's lots and lots of dead ends, but you don't really jump from one path to another. You kind of come back to a hub cluster. Both are good, but sticking with one or the other is ideal. And Alchemist Castle did that perfectly fine. Anyway, today the game is spiders. He's looking. He's watching us. This one might be a rage quit. I played a bit of this off stream, as I do, and I found it to be very hard. But, you know, I only played it for a few minutes, so maybe if I give it a longer go, it'll be fine. Notably, this is the Infinite Runner Metroidvania that I thought Alchemist's Castle was when I started it, and I was having controller issues. But this game has one button. You can press a button to stop, and later jump. And presumably other things. Now I can jump. Pew! Pew! And you can only jump a pretty short distance. And it's very easy to die, just like that. And so moving around is a big puzzle. And I can already tell you what one big issue with this game is. And it's how much you get punished for going the wrong way. Since just getting around is difficult, that means that going to a place that's hard and you can't do anything there yet because you lack the upgrades is super bad, and because now you gotta go back. See, it's actually two buttons. They lied to me. I dinged it up. It's really annoying when you have to stop, like, on a corner, because, although it doesn't look like it, this game is actually very much tile-based. It's like every tile is a bus stop. It's very much tile-based, and so if you try to, there is nothing I can do over here. If you try to stop after you've touched the tile of the corner, you'll just keep walking along. It's also really annoying that when you start, the game sort of starts without your permission, and so you'll often end up just like walking into a spike after a checkpoint. Also, as you can see, this gets pretty labyrinthine, as it turns out. F. I don't know if there's anything over this way. Let's check it out. Well, looky there. Maps fill in nearby unexplored places. It's just one big room, basically. But I'm a little spider, so even a single room is big for me. Well, daboo. Is there any reason to go up here? Doesn't seem to be. Go back down this way and hit that checkpoint again. Then go back up here to turn around. Because even just turning even just turning around in this game is an ordeal. Oh, there's no reason to do that. Turn around and then jump on it. And now I can get over here for this present. Find the map in the tutorials. Well, I'm finding them. Doesn't seem like I can do anything from there, really. No, it doesn't go far enough that I can slip past it. It's just a real nightmare over here. Well, I gotta turn around. No, that wasn't it. And it's like, as soon as I respawn, I'm like, where go? How get? Okay, now I'm going the opposite way. So let's try like that. Yeah, now I can get over here. I don't see much reason to, unless... Creek? Well... Whatever's up there, I can't make any good use of it. There. So, worth mentioning, this is where I got before. And there's nothing I can do here. I'm gonna die, because otherwise I'll get stuck here. There's nothing I can really do on these cages. Can't even read what that says. Like stuck in place? Yeah, I guess so. Too heavy. It tells me remarkably little. some of the walls creak. Like, does that mean anything? I don't know. Well, now I'm going here, but the opposite way. Does that help? It's hard to say. Guess I'm going back down this way. Presumably there's something I missed. But I can't go back. See, that's the issue. It's like, oh, I went the wrong way, let me backtrack. Except now backtracking is even harder than... I'm being really negative again. Like, now backtracking is harder than front tracking. Nailed it. I just don't see where I could possibly go. I can get myself turned around again to try to, like, make a break for it. To run away. I think that's right. So here's the thing. Backtracking sucks. You want to make it as easy as possible. It should not be the hardest thing about your game. Okay, I can wait for it to pass. And then I can go up the other side and get a present. New song. Oh boy. Now I gotta get turned around again. So where, oh, where can I go? Come down here. Does that get me anything? No. And I missed my stop. Now let's do it all over again. This game has the issue where, you know, for the people making it and testing it, they know where to go. So they don't need to backtrack. So they might not notice how bad the backtracking feels if you make a wrong turn. I think this game is another victim of expert syndrome. In this case, not because the moment-to-moment gameplay is too hard, but because knowing what to do, being able to navigate correctly, is such a huge advantage in the playability of the game. I need to turn around. Yeah, that's what that's for. And now I can follow this around and go up here. So is this useful? Dungeon compass. Shows useful nearby items. Well, alright, so let's try getting, like, back up through the starting area. Well, let's just try leaving. This game really makes you empathize with all those bugs that get stuck in your house, and you're like, come on! It's easy! Alright, Ollie's outies. I suppose not. Let me out. I mean, presumably I need some sort of upgrade, right? I mean, this is a Metroidvania. So that was a waste of time. And now I'm right back where I started. Okay, so sort of up and to the left, which is, I mean, I suppose everything is up and to the left at this point. I know those are just A's. The gifts are sort of upright-ish, but really far away. And how do I get to them? I'm not even close here. It's like, I mean, I gotta go this way. You know, to the left, I mean. But for what purpose? Wasn't paying attention. Oh boy, I get to do it again. I mean, the rightmost wall isn't close enough to jump to. It's backtracking. Forward tracking. And like, as backtracking, then I'm not convinced can take me anywhere useful. Like, I've been here, and I haven't gotten anything new. And both the blue are over to the right, where I can't get them. There's something in the top left corner of the map, apparently. Don't touch me with that. I have to get turned around. I like all the skulls in the walls. I don't think whoever lives here is that much of a stand-up guy, you know? Well, I can't get up there. Wait. Yes, I can. Like this, but I need to get turned around. I have to go like all the way to the right to get turned around. Or maybe, what if I go down this way? There's just spikes in the way. But that gets me turned around. Okay, back we go. Oh boy. It's so hard. Like, you have to mash, and then, whoops, you mash too much. Now you get to die. Hooray, I'm somewhere new. It's still hell. Yes, the tribunal. Mercy, please. Show a spider a little mercy. Oh look, now I can go this way. Hooray. To be fair, I was about to say, oh look, now I get nothing. And that is wrong. I do get something. Oh, I missed. I'm in hell. I'm still going the wrong way. Now I get to do that all over again. That's too close. I have been rescued. Right. And sneak by and sneak by. No, try again. There, I got the present. Oh boy, it's another map I don't care about. You can tell I'm not thrilled with this one. Way too precise and way too punishing. And not engaging enough for it to be tense. Like, okay, gonna have to do that again, rather than, oh no, my progress. Cool. Do that again. Like, I get the idea, but you can't. Some things you just shouldn't do, you know? Essentially, this is a puzzle game, more than anything. But a puzzle game where exploration gets in the way, where you might stumble across a puzzle you're unable to solve. And all puzzle games struggle with the idea of, should execution be a factor? And I would say no. Baba Is You is one of the best puzzle games of recent memory. And notably, it allows you to undo any mistake instantly, because execution is not part of it. If you accidentally move a block to the wrong spot, the game's like, don't worry, buddy. Just try it again immediately. I ain't gonna hold you back for that. That's a spike. Guess who's going through a whole long segment just to get turned around? Pew, pew. Uh-oh. There's nothing I could do. My fate was sealed. Essentially, the exploration is getting in the way of the puzzles. The puzzles are getting in the way of the exploration, and the execution is getting in the way of everything. I don't think I want to play this one anymore. Are you kidding me? This Kaizo obstacle in this sort of game? Super duper. Yeah, I'm just doing this again. I've been here. Oh, look, I did it too late. That's enough. Some people, when talking about games, will talk about good ideas but bad execution. Sometimes there's an idea that seems good at first, but then once you execute it, you realize there's no good way to do it. And that's the case for that. Those two ideas, the infinite runner idea, or those three ideas, the infinite runner and the puzzle and the Metroidvania, those are all individually good things, but together they clash with each other. The infinite runner gets in the way of the puzzle because it means you can't undo things. The puzzle gets in the way of the Metroidvania because it means that your exploration is hampered, and the Metroidvania gets in the way of the infinite runner because you have to backtrack. You have to run backwards, which you'll find is antithetical to an infinite runner. It's just this whole cycle of anti-synergy that results in a game that is not fun to play. If it only had two of those elements, maybe. Definitely if it were only one, but as it stands, it's just not fun. Every mistake compounds on itself and makes it feel so much worse. Any wrong way you go is additional backtracking, and that backtracking is going to take longer because you have to solve the puzzle again. And it's not just good enough that you know the solution, you also have to execute it then. So everything just compounds in itself in a spiral of failure, and you get the result is a game that is kind of genuinely miserable. I think this is like the first game I've played that is like bad game worthy that's just a bad game. It took a risk, it did something unique, and it turns out it shouldn't have. It turns out that was the wrong thing. This is the way to not invent the light bulb, folks. Perhaps it wasn't a failure at making a game, but it was a successful attempt to learn how not to make a game. Don't do this. It's a shame too. It's cute, you know? I like the presentation. But oh boy, I don't want to play that anymore. And so I'm not going to. So tomorrow, hopefully, something better. Let's look at it, because of course I've forgotten. Draconoid. Oh, yeah, that's right. So, if you know Arkanoid or Breakout, the game where you boom, 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 you ping pong a paddle, you use a paddle to plink a ball around to break bricks, right? Well, what if there was no paddle, or what if everything was the paddle? What if you drew the paddle? So you like draw a little line, and it'll stay there for a quick moment, and the ball will bounce off of that, and then it'll go away, and you have to keep doing that. So it's not about that whole judging where the ball is going to go and trying to get there ahead of time because the paddle only moves so fast, and like judging how quickly you need to go. That game of reaction and planning, but rather just reaction, where you can quickly move your mouse to the right position, draw a line, and you need to keep yourself sort of steady because you need to make sure that line's like good enough, that it's long enough, that it's horizontal enough, that it's aimed the right way. And more than that, oh, you don't got just one ball. Oh, no, you got two. And they're different colors, and they require different lines. I don't know if it's like click a button to change line color, or like left click, right click, or how it's going to do it. I could see a few different ways of handling that. But it'd be nice to play a little arcade